Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Crusader Kings III, where I've spent some time going through the menus here, figuring out these systems, and I think I've sorted this marriage problem. But I have some concerns. First of all, I tried to find a good combination of a person who I thought would bring useful traits into our bloodline, and would give us a potentially useful alliance. And the only candidate I could really come up with was this young lady who is 7. She is 7 years old. Also a covetous gambler, which is an impressive set of traits to have gotten by the age of 7. So this is not a marriage, it is a betrothal. When she's an adult, they would potentially get married. I don't know exactly what will happen to the kid in the meantime. You can see right now she's in Warwickshire, and I might prefer she stay there until she is of age, because I don't want my wife to conspire to murder her. I'm not sure why the last conspiracy to murder happened yet, you know? So I'm a little concerned about that. She has the trait Hail, which would be a nice thing to get into our bloodline if we could make that happen. And if this betrothal goes off, it could potentially get us an alliance with the Duchy of Mercia. The Duchess of Mercia is into this idea, and Mercia is quite large, and as you can see here, it has a similar military strength to ours. This is an arrangement that would bring prestige to both houses. From a political standpoint, this seems pretty strong, right? My number one-est concern is that I don't know what the hell's going on with my wife, and I really don't want to lure this child to her death. That's where I'm at right now. So I think we're going to send this proposal, and then we're going to try to figure out what the hell my wife's problem is. So how do I even do that? I mean, let's have a look at her. Hey you. What the hell? She's from a foreign culture group. She's mad because I exposed her secret of the having murdered my daughter-in-law. She's paranoid. Sees enemies in every shadow. So a combination of ambitious and paranoid is pretty bad, I think. But I don't know how to, what could we do about that? She is a murderer. That's also the case now. Yeah, what do we do about that? Do I have her arrested? I'm concerned. Okay, first of all, having her arrested probably is going to cause some problems, right? I bet that there are fame issues with that. Also, she is the daughter of Prince Robert, so I mean he's at a sort of a low of political power himself at the moment, I guess. So perhaps it would not be such a big deal. Yeah, I don't really know what to do about this, but I definitely have some concerns. Maybe we could put her to work on a more useful scheme. What about that? Maybe I could get her to murder somebody outside of the kingdom. Just sort of let that murderous energy out. Give it a useful outlet. Because, we have some problems over here, right? Hold on, let me close some of these windows. So, we do have a problem over here where we're going to have a little bit of difficulty. A little bit of difficulty uniting the rest of Ireland, because this earldom actually has a military strength that is in line with our own. We're not going to be able to just run over them the way we've been running over everybody else. At least potentially. I think our army, when raised, our army is more like 1,800-ish soldiers now. But it's not going to be like an easy fight. So maybe we could somehow... Maybe we could scheme against this guy? How good is my spy master at that? He's got an 11. He's average. He's basically okay at schemes. So if we did that, what would happen? Let's investigate here. If say we had this guy assassinated because I thought it would be funny. His primary heir is of age. He's local. So we would just pass the We just pass the line down to a person who likes me less. But we're never going to be able to get this guy to yield to us. Right? Because we're not going to be able to take over enough land. Yeah, Dublin is... Like, this is a duchy... This is a 2-county duchy, right, Meath? So we'll never be able to become his de jure liege. And I mean, we could solve this problem with fighting. We've done a pretty good job of solving problems with fighting so far. But like, maybe if we... Boy, how do you use schemes? How do you do an intrigue? How do you do an intrigue in a way that would be helpful? Like, I know how we could decide to start murdering him, but like, we need a version of that that's actually going to have utility, right? So if we did put together a murder scheme, we'd be allowed to back out at the end. It just doesn't seem like it would be a very useful thing to do. Alright, how about this? I can set my spy master to find secrets. He would try to find secrets at our court. That's not like a go and discover their secrets kind of thing. You know, honestly, I don't know. Okay, I do get to set him on people. Go. If secrets exist at court, only a 15% chance of learning one. I do wish that it gave me a better indication of why the number's so different here than it was everywhere else. The target spy master is disrupting schemes. But that's true here too, and the modifier is not that different. So why does this have a 45% and this has a 15%? It does not... The modifiers that are indicated here are not, I think, responsible for the difference in that chance. This feels like it would be a waste, basically. I kind of want to have him do it in my court. Yeah. Could you figure out what the hell's up with my wife, please? Let's see here. We can put her powers to use. Right now, she is just giving me general unfocused support. She'd be real good at court politics. But I don't know exactly what benefit we get out of our diplomacy being higher. Affects the opinions of other characters. And if we had some diplomatic schemes going, which we kind of do, right? Swaying is a diplomatic scheme, isn't it? Well, it's a scheme that you could say is diplomatic in the English sense of the word. It's probably not mechanically. If we have her help us at court. See, this is the thing where I'm a little unsure of how this would work. If we tell her to help us with court intrigue, she will boost effectively our intrigue skill, which in theory would allow us to defend against intrigue schemes. However, if she's the person running the scheme, does the bonus she gives us still help us to defend against it? Because I have a non-zero amount of concern that she's going to try to have me killed too, right? Like, we need to figure out what the hell is going on with her. I'm gonna put her in court intrigue mode and hope that the 3 points she gives us will help to defend against her. Yeah, and then everybody else is working as hard as they can, and I guess we're just gonna let some time pass. We're still fabricating a claim on Leinster over here. Okay, cool. We're into it. Everybody agrees. The betrothal goes forth, and we have an alliance with Mercia, which is quite a large and powerful duchy over there. Yeah, I have concerns. I have like a number of concerns, and most of them are related to my own court. So for right now, we're just letting time run. Oh, hey, we got to 250. So, I think I'm going to not form the title right this second, because it's going to take a bribe to finish this claim anyway. Let's let this happen, then get back to 250, and then form the title, and then we can start working on what's-his-face over here. Although at the rate that our tax money's coming in, I think it may end up being the case that we're not going to be too short of just doing them both anyway. Alright, did it work? It did. Alright, let us declare war, because y'all know how I love to declare war. So, we have a claim. Sorry, we have a claim on this county. Yes, we should be able to finish Leinster. So wait, how do I... Well, does having a claim on this county... This allows me to declare war on him, right? Yeah. So I think we're going to just do this the hard way. We're just going to go ahead and fight the dude who is big and scary. We're bigger. We're scarier. And then, do I want to... I want to move my rally point. Can I put it here? Yeah, this makes the most sense, right? Okay, let's declare war and do a fighting. This will be a little scary. So he has... Oh, he has an ally in Ulster, which we don't actually want. His military strength is low, but let's wait until we form the title and put pressure on that dude first. We'll see if we can vassalize him and then go to war here. And so I'm just going to go have my bishop start working on a claim on this place. Because if we defeat this guy, then putting those guys down gives us control of both of these de jure duchies, right? Yeah. This is all plans for the future. So we're just going to sit here for a moment and accumulate tax. And continue having our marshal fix our control in various places. Uh-oh, espionage. While performing his duties as my spy master, Mayor Finsnecta has discovered a secret held by my courtier Inga. The ways in which she seeks pleasure is revolting for any decent woman to even think of, and yet she is not merely willing but eager. This feels like not my business. It feels so unnatural and sickening. No, it is unnatural and sickening. An offense against God. Well, here's the deal. She is as God made her, right? This feels like not my business. Okay, well now we know that, and I guess we could use that to, like, blackmail her, were we so inclined. Okay, first of all, let's assign you to fix up some of my territories over here. We got some people who aren't 100% under control. Secondly, who the hell is Inga? Hold on. Alright, Inga at court. My sister-in-law. She is married to Conchabar. Yeah, okay, I remember. I remember this marriage. So, she's sadistic. Is that related to her deviance? So we know she has the deviant trait now, but we don't... It doesn't appear over here with her traits? I mean, I don't care about that. That's not a good... Find me a useful secret. Stupid spy master, obeying the letter of my orders, but not the spirit. Oh, actually, his task was marked... Okay, no, his task was marked as finished, but he started... Yeah, he's on it again. He's working on it. I suppose we ought to send some people over here, shouldn't we? Am I allowed to do that? Am I allowed to just raise... Maybe I could ask him. Am I allowed to ask him if he would like help? Because that seems like it would be a useful thing to do, right? It looks like maybe the answer to that is no. Because he's being raided by quite a large force here, and I don't think he has... Yeah, get his face off of the screen here. Like, he does not have the forces necessary to repel these guys. So this would seem to me to be exactly the sort of thing that you could build a diplomatic relationship on, right? I offer to send my men over to help him, and then he's, like, fond of us in response. But I don't know... I don't know of a way to do that. Maybe that's not a thing. I do not, in fact, want to offer... Yeah, I'm not here to talk about what to do with the children. Yeah, I guess there's just not a way to do that. It seems like such an obvious thing to do. Especially since this is... Is this his war? Yeah, he's currently at war. He was at war with someone last time we checked, right? Okay, he's no longer at war. Yeah, it feels like I should be able to help with that. It looks like I can't. A notable guest has arrived. Notable for his dishonorable zealotry. So he's deceitful. Great. Excellent. Always need more untrustworthy people at court. Zealous, arrogant. He's a brilliant strategist. He's a little reckless, but yeah, he's got a lot of good combat traits. Also, he's pretty. So he would make a good commander. So I can just pull anybody into my not my line here, but sort of into my power structure. What does it mean to recruit someone to court? What is like the formal structure of being in my court? So this would allow him to serve in an army as a commander or a knight. So it would allow me to make him a vassal. And someone must be formally recruited to your court to be able to press any claims they might have. Interesting. I would like to recruit him to court. What would I have to do? I'd have to give him some money. I do not have any hooks on this guy who I just met. I mean, I sort of want to recruit a man to court, but also I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay dollars, because I have... These dollars are earmarked for things already. Listen, I can lead my armies. I got it. Yep, and here's where the raiders horribly embarrass. Yep, that's... He should come to me and ask for help. That's how this is going to have to go. Alright, so we can increase our number of knights. I do like to have a bunch of knights. Again, very focused on, like, a very hero-focused sort of combat style. So now, we have empty knight slots. Let's talk about that. Let's assign some people to be knights. So right now, we have 10 of 11 knights. So the moment I gained the ability to have more knights, it went ahead and grabbed people. But I guess we only had 10 people at court who were even able to be knights. I can't invite knights because I am not... It says missing 5 prestige. I mean, I have a lot of prestige. Does it mean missing prestige level 5? I'm illustrious, and knights aren't interested in hanging out with me until I am at prestige level 5. Because, yeah, it's the gold crown, not the blue crown. Okay, well, I think for the moment we'll just have an empty slot because... like I said, I don't want to pay the money to recruit this dude to my court. We have purposes for this money already. And listen, I'm leading my military just fine. I don't need more commanders. My spy master has arrived at court with a bandaged arm and a hunger for vengeance. He tells me that my son and heir has been running rampage all over Innis. Your boy fancies himself a duelist. He turned up at my doorstep and challenged me in front of everyone. I had no choice but to accept. And this is not the first time, either. I am but the last in a long line of victims. What is wrong with my kid? What is wrong with my whole family? So I could tell him to cut that shit out, and he will, but he'll be mad. I could tell him... Okay, I could hire him an instructor. He will keep challenging people to duels, and he'll be better at it. And being an aspiring blade master will give him a disease resistance boost because he will be able to fight the plague with his sword. Or I could do a prowess challenge against him. Finsnecta would like that. Would like to see somebody put Brian in his place. It is extremely likely that I will kick Brian's ass. But I might kick it too hard. I have a lot of personal prowess. This kind of feels in character, though. Like, the way we've been sort of building this guy up. Yeah, I'm gonna fight my son in a duel, despite the fact that there's a non-zero chance that this might terminate my line. Just because it does feel like, listen, if we end up killing our son here and losing the game because our bloodline ends in that way, it does at least feel in line with the character as I've been building him. Alright. I defeated him. I got a little renown there. He will not duel anymore. Despite my best efforts, despite our best efforts, yes, please make this partially my fault. My agents have yet to uncover any secrets here at court. However, I still believe there's something going on in the shadows. Need only a little bit more time. I'm into it. Keep figuring it out. Like, here's the thing. It may not be secret related, the reason that my wife, that my wife killed my daughter-in-law, because we know she's a paranoid sadist. She's a kind of a violent monster. None of that's secret. That's all public information. So that may be all that's going on. But if there is something going on, I'd like to know. And for the moment, we will just continue to generate taxes here. We're also generating piety. We're just sitting here being all pious. And so eventually we will be able to ask the Pope for money again. So for the moment, we're generating cash in a couple of different ways. And we are continuing to fabricate claims all over the place, and you know how we do this stuff. So now the fabrication of this claim, Catholicism's fervor increased. Okay, a virtuous Prince Bishop was celebrated. Good for him. And when we create the title, we're also going to make some fair amount of prestige happen, right? Yeah, it gives 300 prestige. How much do we need to unlock the next level of the next? It doesn't actually say. Okay, there we go. It's 2,000. So, yeah, I mean, this is significant, but it's certainly not going to get us anywhere near there. Alright, so I'm going to create the Duchy of Ulster. The de jure capital will be the Earldom of Ulster, but I control most of the land. We're going to do this, and we're going to see if it matters, how much it matters where the capital is. Okay. So yeah, it is mine. I am the guy, despite the fact that I am not in control of the capital. So let's have a chat with the guy who is in control of the capital. I will ask him to become my vassal, and we no longer have the red axe. He might actually accept. No, he's totally into it. Yes, it's a 40-point swing, right? Because he is not de jure your vassal, is a negative 25 modifier. Alright, he accepts. And look at that, all of a sudden. Even more land. Even more control. And now that this guy is formally my vassal and in my power structure, hopefully he will not come to the aid of Earl Murchad. Yeah, I'm curious, like, what exactly the expectations are here. Also, do I want to call my allies to battle? Because now that I have the Duchy of Mercia on my side, with a considerable amount of land, like, is she busy? She's not currently at war with anyone, right? She's got some alliances and whatnot. So she might show up if I asked. Don't think it's necessary, and frankly, I also don't know that it would make much sense given, like, timing. I think by the time her troops got here, the fight would probably be over. Although I guess it's probably going to be a long siege, right? His army is, in fact, inferior, but not, like, hugely so. And we don't have any money to hire mercenaries or anything. I'm going to do it. Let's see what happens. Let's see how this works out with the Ulster thing. I'm going to raise all my armies. Oh. Yeah. I do not believe we will find anything either. There's less going on here than a graveyard at noon. He feels like he has sorted this whole situation. So yeah, just go back to disrupting schemes. You're doing your thing. You're doing your thing. My council is doing the work, as they should. This is my greatest concern. I am going to... You know what? Calling other rulers into your war means it's more likely you win, but be aware that you spend prestige for each ally that joins. What would it cost to do this? 150. She's got a lot of soldiers. I wonder if having fought in a war together adds a reputation modifier? Like an opinion modifier, rather? Because that would make sense to me. Oh, also, I control enough counties in the Kingdom of Ireland to create the title. Is that more expensive? Yes, it is. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. It's a bigger title. Okay, well, that's a thing for us to work toward monetarily in the future. Obviously, let's fix this problem first. Yeah, and then we're gonna have to deal with our vassals and whatnot. People want a seat on the council. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna call her to war. If things go real sideways here, which they could, we may end up needing her. So my army is already raising. I think I'm just gonna let them come together, and then I feel like this is a problem we have a lot, right? Where I declare war, I start raising my army, and then the defender's army is instantly fully raised, and they're hard marching away from wherever I'm raising, and we have to chase them down and fight them and then come back for the siege. But I don't know that there's necessarily anything I can do about that. That may just be the way this stuff usually goes in this game. Probably want to go back to normal speed here for the purposes of giving orders. So you guys should run over here. Okay, of course I shall join this war. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, just go to here. I misestimated where they were going. Oh, look at this. They see us coming and they flee. Cowards. There's a great deal of cowardice occurring here. Now, of course, we could split our army, do this with part of it, and do a siege with another part of it, but their force is large enough that I kind of want to show up in full force. Alright, yeah, we're good fighters. Our dudes know what is going on. So we have captured the mayor of... I'm assuming this is a city that's in his territory somewhere. I don't know where that is. It's fine. Just chase these dudes down. I'm more than happy to go back here. Oh, hey, look. It's the Mercians. How unfortunate for them. Alright, the Mercians will handle that part, and I'll just pull the siege. Uh-oh. Seems my diplomatic overtures toward the Earl of Ulster have caused a major misunderstanding. I've received a letter which makes it clear that he thinks I've been pursuing a different goal entirely. I am your vassal, for God's sake. Okay, yeah, this is all a big misunderstanding. I'm sorry. Let's maybe put my personal schemes... Okay, that ended my personal scheme. That's good, that's fine. We should probably do... What do I want to do with my... I probably want to be swaying someone all the time, right? I guess we could start in on this guy again. He is not de jure my vassal, but once I declare... So right now we're negative 35. If I formed the title of the King of Ireland, that would make him my vassal, right? Is it a problem that skips an organizational level? That, like, we never pull him into the duchy structure, but if I'm king of the whole damn country, probably. And if we did that, it would change his opinion value on this by 40 points. So his personal opinion of us is already high enough that would work out just fine. So we probably don't need to be swaying him. Maybe we could be personal scheming somewhere else? How does she feel about me? She likes my chivalry focus. She's a bit gluttonous, and so she thinks I'm kind of a stick in the mud. And her liege is King William the Conqueror. So, I don't really have a good sense of what to do with an alliance with the Duchy of Mercia in the long term. Like, could this be a foothold for us in terms of eventually conquering England? Could this be like step 1 in a 12-step process that ends with my bloodline being in control of England? Maybe. I don't actually know. I'm gonna try to sway her. Maybe that's unnecessary. She has a positive opinion of me already. But I also feel like we should be doing something. We should always have a personal scheme running, right? I do wish that it gave me a better idea of, like, what are the personal schemes that are available and what can you do with them? This is the kind of thing you gotta spend some time looking up online. I should not attempt to seduce or romance her, right? Because she has a spouse and I have a spouse and my spouse is murderous. Let's just do some normal swaying. It is not really that likely that it will work. Whatever, try it. Try it. Let's be best friends. And over here, let's watch her army kill these dudes. Yeah, she's on top of it. She knows what she's doing. Calling in the Mercians actually really helped. I thought it was going to take a lot longer for their troops to get over here. I guess people move pretty quickly on the sea. Yeah, we should probably have him increasing control. We have a lot of territory where our control is not so hot. Let's get Ulster figured out. Okay, so I do not have... Oh, we're just the tiniest little bit short of the bribe. Oh, it let me do it. You don't have any gold. You are in debt. This is very bad. You must cut your expenses and try to fill your... Oh, hold on. Pause. You must cut your expenses and try to fill your treasury as soon as possible. Being in debt prevents you from doing many things, such as declaring wars or reinforcing men-at-arms, and will give county corruption. The most obvious thing to do is end any wars you might be fighting, as when you're at peace you do not have to pay upkeep for your armies. If your faith permits, you can use the ask for gold interaction. Well, almost. We almost can do that. We could switch to the wealth focus. But right now, we're actually... It's showing plus 0.0, but the numbers here add up to plus 0.1. I'm assuming that there's a rounding versus truncating issue going on there. So we are actually slightly positive, and it's not clear to me exactly how negative we actually are, because again, I think that there's a truncation issue. Right now it says we're at -0, which is not... That's probably not what that should look like. So, can I... Is there anything I can do to just get a little bit of cash right now, just to make this number chill out? I could partially dismiss... I could break off part of my army and then disband them, so I'm not paying everybody? Because, like, what's the defenders here? There's 500 defenders. We don't need this number of people. Let's send home some of the troops. We'll just get them back to friendly territory. And then disband that army. And that should put us back in a reasonable spot pretty quickly. The Mercians have this under control. Okay, you guys are unable to disband on account of the presence of this... Well, whatever. Just hang out for a second. There won't be a hostile army for very long. Okay, there we go. Oh wow, she captured Earl Murtad in combat. That seems like a big deal. So our war score is 100% now. We have the enemy leader in chains. So that's the end of the war. Well, let's go ahead and hit the prison up here. Court. Prisoners. Obviously, we don't want to let him go. Actually, my nephew was taken... Wait, is that guy my nephew? That guy was my... Okay, whatever. my nephew was taken prisoner. I'm fine with it. So if we just ransom out a bunch of people here, we can get weak hooks that we could potentially use in the future, right? And very few of these people... Like, these people are not going to affect our war score at all. These are all very minor people. You pay. I don't care about a hook on you. I care about your money. Okay, ransoms all accepted. Lovely. Now we enforce our demands. Greetings, Uncle. May your humors rot in your living body, etc. Yeah. Did a bunch of favors for a bunch of people, let them out of prison. Okay. I feel like that was very successful, and we're no longer broke. Your steward's excellent stewardship skill led to a windfall of $95 on the 8th of November. That's okay. Some old messages in the group here. Okay, that's all good. Hey, you guys, go ahead and disband. The war's over. I should just hit disband all. Alright, there we go. I feel like that has gone pretty well. So we are now in control of a huge amount of Ireland, and in position to declare ourselves the king. Oh, what's up now? Today I'm observing Earl Muradoc as he trains some of the new levies. He struggles to gain control of the situation. Yeah, he's bad at this. He's real bad at this. So, we've had this problem before. Last time I tried to teach him what I knew, and he freaked out and shouted at me. So this time I'm just going to yell at him and gain some dread. He's going to be mad at me no matter what I do. This way, at least, maybe he'll be too afraid of me to do anything about it. And for the moment, we are just trying to get our control up and make money. And also, my wife is bearing my child. So, that's good. She's only so mad about that murder thing. At this point, water under the bridge. So that's potentially good news, right? Like it's a little complicated because having children is good in the sense that obviously it's insurance. And secondly, if we have a lot of titles and whatever, we can pass them out. It's bad in the sense that it means that we're going to be dividing up our titles and stuff when we die. And succession is still a thing that I'm a little shaky on. So we'll figure that out. I am allowed to... That's true. I do have the ability... I do have a claim. So right now, the Duchy of Ulster doesn't formally exist. But we could create the title. It would be no big deal. I'm not going to do that right this second, because I think we want to focus up here. So if the Duchy of Ulster title does not exist, then that's not a thing that I can give to anyone, right? That's just personal holdings. Yeah, so that becomes a problem, right? At some point we do need to start passing some of this stuff off. I am going to have too many holdings, like, pretty soon. If I manage to vassalize all of these guys, they're all in control of their stuff. So my personal holdings... Yeah, and I can't pass off Leinster until... Alright. Okay, well, we'll create that title at some point. We also have this title that we should probably create. It's not on the list of titles that can be created. Oh, right, yeah, because this situation is not actually dealt with yet. Well, that seems like a later problem. That seems like a not right now kind of problem. So for the moment, I think we're just generating cash. The meticulous King William of England, his vassals, and his whole family has heeded the call of Albion and embraced English culture. It was only a matter of time. You know, that's a history joke there. So yeah, for the moment, I think we're just kind of letting things move forward slowly. We don't necessarily... I mean, we may as well take this over, I guess. Right, I could personally have one more holding. There would be more taxes here, and we definitely would defeat them in the war. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We made the claim, let's use it. I do so love to do a war. It costs prestige to push all of these claims all the time, but whatever. So, oh, it's not paused. It's weird that it doesn't pause automatically. I guess this is fine. This is a fine place for the armies to raise. On this one, I really don't feel like we need to call in our allies. Wow, he's going right for it, huh? The Duchess was not swayed. We'll figure it out. Oh, turn around. Okay, I don't have the army selected while right-clicking. Oh, hey, my kid was born. What do we want to name? So it's a son. That's... I don't know if that's actually a good thing or not. Like, our existing son is probably going to have feelings about that, right? Yeah, I don't know. Let's give him a good Irish name. Sure, that one. I can pronounce that. Who says I can't? So it looks like they're probably just heading back home. Nope, they're going here. Nope, they're going here. If we defeat them in battle one more time, I think their force will be too weak to be a threat to any of our garrisons or anything, pretty much anywhere. Look at this nonsense. Just the constant fleeing. Okay, now we do a siege. That ought to wrap that up nicely. The Marshal... Go ahead and increase control in Ormond. I think basically the people of our realm are starting to get the idea. Oh, got a new perk point. Okay, we can't Peacemaker until we go all the way down this side as well. I don't know that I think Courtship is really all that valuable, but would we rather move towards Strategist? I don't think so. I think I want to be Gallant. Let's go ahead and pick this up. Yeah, 397 soldiers. I don't think they're vulnerable to that siege. These guys are basically just going to get bounced out of everywhere. I do think it's super strange that there's no, like, diplomatic cost to marching your army across other people's lands, especially given the way that armies resupply themselves on the field and everything. Like, it's very, very strange. It seems like such an obvious and simple thing. Well, I mean, not simple in the sense of it would have been easy for them to implement, but, like, logically simple thing. It's very surprising to me that there's no concept of that in the game. So I'm sick, huh? I was reminded of my mortality this morning as I woke early, a dull ache pounding through my head and throat. Well, definitely send for a physician. Do we not have a court physician? Okay, that's bad. Well, I mean, listen, I got a son. If it comes down to it, the bloodline's safe. Finally, my servants have found some people who might be fit to serve as court physicians. Either way, I fear I cannot afford to be picky now. Apparently, Gundred is quite experienced, and we do have money. This dude seems enthusiastic, but is not... yeah, let's get Gundred. If Gundred's quite experienced, then that's what I'm into. So she is a covetous absolver. What's her deal? She's forgiving, she's arrogant, she's lazy. She doesn't have a lot of traits here that mark her as a good... Oh, she's got the word physician right there. That sounds like a winner. Donchad. Nope. Okay, also, sorry, what was the snake thing? He's deceitful. Makes a bad physician. Gundred, welcome aboard. The time has come to treat your cold. I would recommend drastic measures, but the choice is yours, my lord. Oh dear. Drastic measures, you say? A safe treatment might lessen symptoms temporarily and has few risks. A risky treatment may have great outcomes, but could also lead to worsened symptoms or permanent injuries. How fit am I? I'm 52 years old. And I think I'm a pretty big, strong dude, right? I can probably... My health is poor. I'm debating whether I think I would be okay with the lesser treatment. She says, treat your cold. I am not confident. Based on my knowledge of medicine of this era, I'm not confident she has any idea what the fuck is happening. So, do no more than what is necessary. I trust in my body and my god, I guess, to help me out here. Gundred insisted that my humors were out of balance and that the best way to restore them would be through bloodletting. After consulting the astronomical charts, oh god, she decided that I should be bled from my armpits and temples. The bloodletting turned out to be just what I needed. Ah, yes. Too many humors, you know? The bloodletting turned out to be just what I needed. For now, the worst of my symptoms are alleviated, and the world seems a little brighter. She does seem like she kind of knows what she's doing. At least when she does exactly what I tell her to do. She seems like she knows what she's doing. Alright. We done it. I mean, there was no doubt, right? Alright, back to court. I'm going to release some prisoners before the war is over in the hopes of accumulating... See, this is a pretty small amount of money, but we need all the money we can get right now. We're working toward a thing. Sorry, we have to let that ransom proposal run out before we can do the next one. Because we're doing all of these ransoms to the same guy. And obviously, he could only consider one proposal at a time, and it would take a while to do it, because, you know, he's so busy right now. He has so many things that he has to be doing. Okay. We could probably... We can ransom him, and it won't affect our war score, because we're way over 100 from holding all of his holdings. So let's see what he would pay for personal ransom. Hell yeah. I'll let you out. Okay. And now we're going to enforce these demands. That was a very profitable war, in my opinion. Alright, so what's up? This one we already know about. So, it's talking to me about fabricating claims. Now, obviously, I'm an expert in this, but let's see what it has to say. You can assign your court chaplain to fabricate a claim on any nearby county. This tool is especially useful when you're playing a small ruler. Recommend that you fabricate claims on your immediate neighbors, ideally those who are weaker than you. Yeah, I sort of sussed this one out. I figured this out. Okay, so we kept him in jail for 15 days, really softened him up, made him eager to buy his release. And then... yeah, we're just kind of like in a good spot now to become King of Ireland, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously, the money is the major problem. We now have enough piety that we could, I think, ask for money from the head of our church, right? Low county control in Athlone, well, we'll get there. He's doing his job. Is this an option that I just have all the time, or was that... Let's go talk to the Pope. So he will not allow this because he still... I assume he still remembers the last time. Yeah, we're still taking -9 opinion from that. And that is, in fact, enough to push this over into negative. So we'll have to wait a little while. Either way, I could murder him. We could try to sway him. How long is it going to take for this to wear off? It's wearing off at a rate of 1.2 points per year. So yeah, we could try to sway him, get his opinion up, and then that'd potentially earn us a pretty big chunk of what we need to get where we're going. Let's let our current attempt to sway the Duchess run its course here, and then I think we will in fact try that, because it'll get us our cash a little bit faster. I'm not particularly concerned with maintaining a stock of piety. Ooh, it's really not that likely to work, though. Is it worth it, then? Because this is a thing we will get to just by waiting. And I can't imagine that we'd be able to do it twice either way. Like, getting it done right now, getting it done as soon as possible, would definitely be more valuable if I thought I would have time to get it done again before we hit the amount of money that we need. But I can't imagine that being the case here. So, yeah, I think we'll actually we'll keep improving the Duchess's opinion of us so that we can potentially, foothold into England or whatever. And then we'll, for right now, we'll just use taxes to get where we're going. Which is working pretty well. We're making a fair amount of cash here. Oh, right, we have this, we do have this powerful vassals problem. Oh, right now he would accept. Why did he suddenly gain so much opinion of me? Oh, sizable treasury. That sizable treasury modifier is different. Well, okay, I'll take it. I'm assuming that's the church's treasury became sizable, and so he was more likely to accept such a request. Not that it has anything to do with my treasury, right? Okay. So that's quite a lot of cash. It takes 500 to set up the title that we're thinking about here, so we're still definitely holding. But we have a couple of guys now who would very much like to be on the council. For the moment, Earl Domhnall's opinion of us is still pretty good because we pressed his claim. And we did it twice, in fact. You, on the other hand, you were a little rough with. We did sway him twice, and that's helping. He's still positive. He's actually better at intrigue than our current spymaster, though. I'm assuming that this guy he'll get annoyed if I make him not the spymaster, right? And he is a treacherous villain. So that could potentially be an issue, but he's plus 70 with me right now. I feel like we should do this. I feel like we should make him spymaster. He's just better at the job, There's a lot to be said for that, and it solves a diplomatic problem we're having. So, how do I do that? How does one make you not the spymaster anymore? I don't see an obvious way to remove... here we go. There's a button for this. Alright. When I do this, Mayor Finsnecta will lose 20 opinion for 10 years. Okay, that's not a big deal at all. Alright, and that helps with his stuff a lot. He's better at the job. Beautiful. Domhnall's bad at everything, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Yeah, he's terrible at everything. He's not actually that much worse than our current Chancellor at doing the job of Chancellor, but a lot of that has to do with the fact that our current Chancellor is fucking garbage. So, I don't know. Who are you? You're an Earl. So, kicking you off the council wouldn't actually solve the diplomatic problem. It would just move it from him to you. So I am disinclined to accede to your demand here, buddy. I think we're just gonna leave you off the council. But I do think that we made a smart move there. So for the moment, just steady as she goes. Hopefully I'll recover at some point. I've been ill for quite some time, and that does make me nervous. How's my kid doing? Oh, marital recriminations. Constance bursts into my chambers, her face red with anger, yelling loud enough for the entire castle to hear her. I wish she wouldn't do stuff like that. Inga has just insulted my honor. I demand that you cast that cold-hearted spawn of hell from our court. What? Okay, what happened? So Inga is the one who we determined... Inga's my sister-in-law. Inga, the analytic villain. Everyone in my court's a villain. Oh, wait, what's this? Uh-oh. My son has a health problem. It's congenital. Did he get that from me? No. Did you get that from you? No? Okay. It's bad luck, I guess. Not much to be done about it. It's a tiny penalty to health. Okay, I guess we'll not worry about it too much. Anyway, this stuff. Okay, so we could kick her out. Obviously, it would be a problem. Her family name would be smeared. And her family name used to be... Am I remembering correctly that... Oh, no, I don't think... She's lowborn. Right. We didn't have an alliance from her. I feel like... Why do you not tell me everything from the start? Here's what I'm thinking. I feel like we don't have enough information to make this decision. We do have a secret here. So, a 50% chance of, I discussed the details of the incident with Constance, and I learned whether Constance is sincere or not, and 50% she refuses to listen to reason and immediately demands I take action. Let's see if she'll tell us what's up. Even after discussing the details of the incident with Constance, I am still unsure what to think of the whole affair. A good petty king should stand by his petty queen. Again, she is murderous, let's remember. Yet I cannot shake the feeling that Constance might not be telling me the entire story. So if I talk with Inga, she'll be banished from the realm. So at this point, we have to make a decision without any information at all, basically. Well, it feels to me like I should not... My brother's going to be real mad if I banish his wife from the realm, though, right? Well, he's my half-brother. How good's he at fighting? Okay, I could take him if it came to it. I was just thinking, you know, there might be consequences. I kind of want to side with my wife just because, you know, for larger stability purposes. This poor girl, though. She's also a villain. Everybody in my court is so fucking evil. Yeah, I'm gonna side with my wife, I think. My wife would lose 40 opinion of me. She's currently at -2. How far down does her opinion of me have to get before the combination of paranoia and ambition becomes a real problem for us? The thing is, she's bad enough at intrigue that I would say, it's probably not even a big deal, whatever, my spy master will handle it, if she hadn't already successfully executed a murder scheme. I will talk with Inga. Let's side with my wife here. There is danger. There is danger in doing otherwise. Alright, as I woke this morning and saw rays of sunshine falling through my window, it took a moment to realize I had slept soundly for the first time in weeks. I'm glad to be well again. It does seem like a good thing. So I think for the moment, we're just like, oh, task aborted. Did he maximize the, control? He sure did. He's doing a fine job. He's really good at increasing control in territories. So yeah, for the moment, I think our next big goal is just putting together the title of King of Ireland, right? And it's really not an issue except monetarily. So we'll just let everything accumulate. We are continuing to sway our allies in the east. We could probably be scheming right now. Part of the problem here is that I don't have a great sense of our total, like, what we could be doing. And as such, I do not know... Oh, hold on. We have a hook with this guy. That's right, we did him a second favor. Can I use that to... Yeah, I can modify our feudal contract again. We could put his taxes up to extortionate. It would cost another 10 points of approval. And it would give us... How much more money? It's an extra 0.2 per month. It's not nothing. But I sort of, yeah, I guess let's do it. It'll be an opinion problem with him, but His obligations... Oh, right, you're only allowed to modify the contract with each person once. That was totally a thing that we read somewhere. I have a hook with you. I don't really know what to do with that. I don't have a move there. I don't think that that's helpful. I guess let's not worry about it for right now. I think what we're going to do here is just let time advance until I have 500 wealth, and then we're going to fabricate a title real quick. Well, not, you know what I mean by fabricate. That word has a sort of a loaded definition. Okay, hooks do expire. Control level changed by -20. This problem happened in spite of your marshal's average marshalling skill. Well, could you maybe, like, do a good job? What if you did a good job? Our hook on him expired, but the positive opinion has not yet expired. Yeah, I think we're going to not actually get any benefit out of most of these hooks that we set up. Alright. Let's go create a title. It better give some damn prestige. Alright, I am no longer a petty king. I'm a real-ass king now. Now it's for real. So being a king has not actually increased my number of knights that I can have. We'll need to still invite... we can now invite knights, though. And our knight effectiveness is quite high on account of our chivalric dominance. So it's definitely to our benefit to have knights around. That said, we're unlikely to be able to actually invite anyone to our court, like to buy anyone into our court, so probably that's not worth doing right at this second. I should, in theory, be able to vassalize some people, although it is going to create non-zero problems. Mayor Finsnecta is mad that he's not on the council. That's a problem that we're going to have to deal with, but, like, honestly, it's really not that big of an issue. When his fired from council penalty wears off, he's still going to be quite positive on us. I don't think we're going to worry about it. So, this dude will gladly just become our heir, or become our vassal. Let's let that happen. And then it's just one little county remains, right? One little earldom, sorry. So you would not become my vassal because of the war. Unfortunately, this tooltip contains no information on what recently means. I'm assuming that this will wear off at some point. How long is the truce? A period. Not helpful. Does this... So they're still allied. How do I know what the length of the truce is? Because obviously that's pretty relevant to how we decide to solve this problem. If the duration of the truce is less than the duration of the reputation penalty from being at war, then we probably do resolve this militarily, right? Because we have claim. That's definitely part of my country you're squatting in there, buddy. I'm not 100% sure how we'll deal with that. But you know what? I think that having become King of Ireland is probably an okay place to stop for today. We're accomplishing goals. We're checking things off the list. So that's going to be it for us for right now. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, tomorrow, we're going to finish uniting this island. And then, honestly, I'm not sure how much longer we'll play with this, this character. This was sort of like supposed to be my, mechanical tutorial. And I feel like I get the basic systems now. I feel like we have learned skills here that we could apply just about anywhere. So it might be worth thinking ahead about where we might go from here. So if you have feelings about that, feel free to leave those in the comments or in the thread on the subreddit. And we'll see you next time.